All right now in the 5 series, we're looking at 5 records that won't cost you a lot of money, but are really good, right? I'm going to kick off with Freddie Hubbard, Liquid Love. Now, when I'm talking about Freddie Hubbard, I'm talking about this particular record, but I'm really talking about Freddie Hubbard's 70s output. Freddie Hubbard is my favorite trumpeter. He's like Blue Note alumni to an extent, well, is. And I guess jazz purists get into his Blue Note stuff and tend to overlook his 70s output. Me being a soul boy at heart, I love his jazz fusion, jazz funk stuff. Great musicianship. He's my favorite trumpeter. He's got a beautiful sound. Just can't go wrong with Freddie Hubbard. And this album, it's got a couple schmaltzy tunes, but it is a real funky, groovy love fest of an album, and it's filled with loops and breaks and samples and stuff. Great album. Next up, we're going to run through it quickly. El Gran Combo. I come from a New York centric point of view. I live in New York. There's a huge Latin population, so you get these records around for relatively cheap. Always buy El Gran Combo records because they get straight to the nucleus, straight to the kernel of what I'm looking for in a salsa record, and they're in abundance and they're great and they don't let you down. This is a boogaloo record, amazing. Next up, Country Joe and the Fish. When I first started to get into psych records, a record store owner put me onto them. I think he put me onto this record. I bought it. Great blues psych. Their records, you see them around. I saw it in a store that I love the other day in Brooklyn, and it was in the dollar bin section, and I told the owner, I said, this is a great record. And he was like, yeah, but it's like my dad's kind of music. I was like, come on, man. Country Joe and the Fish, this is classic. Country Joe and the Fish, don't get it twisted. Great music. Bo Hannon, you see his records around for like $4 or $5. He's always on it. He's a consistent artist. He's a legendary artist. He has a specific sound. It's foot to the floor. It's metronome. It is an insistent groove, and it makes you want to dance. And it makes you want to get up, and it makes you want to groove. And it's got that grit. It's got that Detroit grit. I think he's from there. But anyway, it's got like an inner city, urban, foot to the floor, funky vibe, and Bohannon always comes with it. Next up, this is just a record. This was for inspiration for me doing this. This is a record by a group called the Strikers. I found it for a couple of bucks the other day, and it is just a brilliant record from beginning to end. Never heard of this band before. It's like disco boogie, and look at this cover. It's got like an early hip hop, grimy New York vibe to it, but it's not a grimy group. Anyway, great record, and it was an inspiration for this 5 records that you can buy for relatively cheap, but they're great. Anyway, good fine records. Hi-Fi Recluse. Let's go.